no. This is the King's Lovely Stroll lore, not lore. This is just like a quick recap of everything that has happened up to, let's say, July 18th when This Party's the Bomb comes out.
Yeah, I guess.
Brody has no idea what This Party's the Bomb's about because I never told him. So I guess
all I know is something.
So I'm just gonna get us started off with the first episode. Yippee! The first. Go first.
So basically, the reason he came up with this video is right before this video. I said it's a lovely day to walk down. So I did that, and then I had me.
Okay, so.
Hey Steven, what have you done?
So I'm only recapping the important episodes, not like one of those fillers. So it starts off with Ducky. He's just walking down the street. Then he sees Pig and Bee. Then he decides, hey, I'm gonna attack them. There's more context. And then he loses the fight. Second episode, he's all tied up in the wraps. The wraps are important later. And then, what are you doing? What is that?
My chair.
Oh my god. Your chair is so fucking annoying. Anyways.
Okay, I'll stop.
So, Ducky, he loses the fight, then he's in the wraps. The wraps are very important later. And then he's like, nuh-uh, your guard. Then the guard's like, uh-oh, nuh-uh. And then the king pushes him off. And then, he's falling off, he lands head first. And then he's like, oh, no, but he's dead. And then Bee sends him Pig down to fucking wrap him up in that blanket that is never seen again or used again. He wraps him up and then he's like, okay, that's it. Then the third episode, Ducky breaks out and then he's like, oh my goodness, I could have died. So he's just living his life. He decides to start, getting resources for the big fight he's planning. And then he gathers up resources, gets fucking cooked in the microwave. Then the obby's broken. Hold on.
No.
And then he's like, okay, I'm ready. He fights, then he impales Pig, and then Pig dies. Then he full on slashes and stabs and impales the king. He did. I don't know why he has the guard if he's stronger than the guard. But anyways, next episode, Not So Freedom. He's like, oh, yippee, I'm out. And then, he gets out, and then he's like, oh shit, it's the queen. And then he's like, okay, maybe I should hide. And then, he hides, then the queen is like, oh, puppets. There's something here that really rustles my feathers. Makes me say poppycock, a swear word. Then she... what is this video? Then she finds Ducky hiding behind a drill. And then she puts him in a frickin' wraps. And then she, falls asleep. He gets out. Then next episode, I believe, friend or foe, Ducky's. I'm really good at this. You can tell by how many times I said Can we get an counter on how many times I said It's right there. Ooh, Brody's in trouble.
No. Let's go. Okay.
And
I'm shooting you.
no! And then he finds the lion that the queen sent to go fuck him up. And then he's like, he beats him, and then this lady, this woman, strolls up. Her name is Princella. Then she's like, oh, Doke, you are so cool. I've been looking up on you. You killed my father, but you are so cool. Then he's like, oh, thank you. That's cool. Then that's basically where all the important stuff ends. And then the next episode, I hate it. Doom disguised as a rap. I'm just gonna speed run Doom disguised as a rap. Ducky finds out her name. He robs a vault. He doesn't succeed. He gets tied up with Princella. Next episode, don't know its name. The queen leaves them dangling, and then they fall, but Princella's like, nuh-uh. She spreads her wings, she flies, and then she picks up Ducky, then they dip. And then while they're dipping, she drops him, and then that leads to the next episode, I believe. Yup. I actually might need to look at, I might actually have to look at my old channel.
I put you on hold now.
Okay. I don't really know how the story goes after that. I am such a dumb diddly dum 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 dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Okay. Man, there's Tribors. Tribors was so fun. Playlist, Kingsley Stroll. Oh, Duck Under Wraps, yeah. She drops Ducky, then Ducky's like, oh no. Then the queen finds Ducky, and then she, fucking ties him up, then puts him into a place. And then it leads to the next episode, Ducky Hunt, where Princella finds Wizard, and they're looking for Ducky, and they find him. Yippee! They say hooray, huzzah, eureka, yippee! Then it goes on to the next episode, a short friendship. Basically, they find themselves in a little trouble when the lion strolls about. Then he kills Wizard. Yeah, he died. Wizard is dead now. That's basically it. They bury him. Then it's the raised has hypnotized. Oh, that's a good one. So the queen at this point, I think it's the queen, kidnaps his dead body, brings him back to life with hypnotic powers. Then he hypnotizes Princella, and they start having an epic fight. Yup. That's not it. Then Ducky gets like severe injuries that let him not fight for a little bit. Not fight at his fullest potential for a little bit. But that's basically it. And then the next episode is Ducky has won the battle but not the war. It's basically a war episode. It's an entire war where they're just like duking it out, and then they're all just like punching. It's insanely cool. Princella and Ducky almost die. Yeah. Then it's hid and seek. Oh yeah, also the queen dies. Most of the guards die. Hid and seek. So it introduces the prince, where Princella and Ducky are playing hide and seek. Ducky hides in a coffee rack, and then the king, the king at this point finds him, and then he's like, oh no, you're not allowed to be there, cuz. And then he pulls out the blicky. No, he doesn't. There was a gun in the trailer, but I don't think there ever was a gun scene. It's like, I should have actually recorded the series, the season, the chapter 3 before I made the trailer, because I missed a lot of scenes that I said there would be in. There was a bunch of cut scenes, but they weren't really cut because I just never recorded them. Okay, that was past me. But he finds him, he kidnaps him, he starts beating the shit out of him. Then it leads to Duck Hunt 2, where Princella, Lion, nobody else are looking for him. Oh yeah, they also befriended Lion in the war episode. They're looking for Duck. And then they find Ducky. Lion, like, chews on Prince's ankles. Yeah. And then they get Ducky, and they're all like, yippee! And then what is it? What's the next episode? Then Ducky Hunt 2. And then Enemy or Dead to Me. That's nothing. It's basically just a short filler. Not short, actually. That's longer than the episodes after it, and those are the last 3. You need some warming up too. So there's a new prince in town. Since the old prince went missing, for no reason. Don't worry. He's back, which you already know. Then he's like, both of the princes are back, actually. So he just figures, hey, there's this sloth character. He was like one of the only royal guards. Don't know how he was classified as a royal guard, but he like trains him, and he like reads stories to him. They're like perfect friends. Then he just like, the next episode, he just like absolutely fills him with steroids. In Doomsday Part 1, he's just like experimenting on him. Then he goes into his big form, which we see at the first time, when it wasn't even at the like drugged form, was like destroying everybody. Then it was fuck. And then it kills the ginormous sloth, just like decimates Lion. Lion dies. Then that's basically it. There's nothing that important. They have a cool fight scene, I guess. Then Doomsday Part 2 starts off. They're mourning freaking Lion. Then they go back, and they're like, that's sad. And then they're back to fighting, but then Princella, she gets caught up. Then she starts getting chewed on. Then she gets impaled. Then she dies. And then Ducky, before she died, she gave Ducky a kiss. And then Ducky entered rage mode, as me and Brody call it, where he's just like so pumped up and like so angry. He was able to destroy him in one punch. The one that was able to kill like 2 of the strongest people in that kingdom. That's crazy. Ducky's powerful. Then season 2. No, that's not it. It's this episode. It's a short one. It's called season 2 and season 1 remake. I can't do season 1 remake anymore because Lion's gone, and there won't be any Lion. So that's it. Yeah. And then they're just, then they have like an awesome anime fight where Sobble, this character called Sobble, is trying to stop Ducky from leaving the universe. And no, I think he's trying to lead him into the universe. Actually, I don't remember what his main motive was. It was to do with Ducky and like the multiverse. So Ducky just like destroys him. They do an alliance where Ducky's like, okay, and then they fight. No, not fight anymore, because Sobble got cut up in electrical wiring, and he had it around his neck, and he was about to be hung. And then he was like, okay, before I die, like, here's a portal to go to your universe. He tricks him, then he actually helps him go to a universe. But it was actually the same universe. It was just back in time. But no, he got sent to the season 2 universe. Yep. Season 2, let's go. So, obviously I know what season 2 is, because I've made it. It was one of the best. Actually, it is. It's one of the best. Yeah. Premieres in 40 hours. That's cool. Playlist. Why do I not have it in my playlist? I need to make a King's Lovely Stroll playlist. Then it goes back to episode 1, where he gets sent back to the Stroll. He gets sent back into the universe, and then he's like, oh, this is so weird. And then it occurs the same. Like, he gets beat up by the king because he lost his plot armor. Then he figures out, oh, I lost my plot armor. Then he says in his mind, he was about to get dropped. It's like Ducky's exile. And then he's like, wait a second, if I wiggle enough, I can get my arms free and I could glide down. No, next episode, he gets dropped. He only manages to scratch off a couple of tissue off his wraps. Then he's able to fly away. Then he sees a little character called Macaroni. He thinks it's Princella, but nope. Princella is not that. It's Macaroni. And then Macaroni says, that's my aborted sister. He's like, plot moment? Yep, that. And then the third episode. What is the third episode? Damn. I think the third episode is unimportant. The third episode. Oh no, that's when. Wait. No, the third episode's a cliffhanger, right? Microphone. Yep. Hold on. Is this the cliffhanger one? Oh no, the last episode was a cliffhanger one. They got the plot armor. Ducky's like, can you help me get my plot armor? Then they start like a war. Then he goes. They fight each other. The king and pig. Pig is okay. And then they get away. And they're all happy. And then episode 4, Ducky is like, oh my god, you created a thing when we were fighting the family. And she was like, yeah, it was some sort of like pulse. Then he's like, huh, do one on me. Then she's like, are you sure? Then he's like, yeah, I can take it. Then she blasts him. Then he's like, I'm okay. Then he's like, run 2 miles around the kingdom. And then she's like, oh, crud. Then he's like, go! She runs the 2 miles. Then she comes back like, I'm okay. And then she hits him with another blast. But this time the blast is so strong, it knocks him back, and then it sets off his wraps, which are mechanical wraps that are able to like tighten at his will. King B's will. And then it happens. It gets set off. And then he blacks out. Then he's sent to a dream universe. It's the dream. It's a universe. I don't know how to explain it. It's a universe. It's its own separate universe where only special people are allowed, like nonverbal, dyslexia. No. Yeah, those people and Ducky and other characters. Then he's like, oh, where am I? Then Princella's like, hello. Then she's just playing tricks on him the entire time. And then he comes back. They have another fight. Pig dies. Yep. Now the 5th episode, one of my favorites, Universal Destroying Anomaly. Yep, that's the name. It's an insane name, but he gets knocked out again by fighting the king this time, and then he says hi to Princella. Princella's like, we were your canon events, Lion and me, but now we're here. And then goes on to blab how you need to, like, you aren't supposed to be here, blah blah blah. She was like Miguel O'Hara. And then she says, you have to leave Macaroni and kill the royal family. Then that's basically where the important stuff ends. Then it ends with Prince hitting him, and he gets launched. And then that's the end. And then episode 6. This party's the bomb. This current date, it is not out yet. It is not out. But, so, the best way I can explain it is, he gets strapped with barbed wire that is also hooked up to a bomb, and it's used with the king's technology so it's self-tightening, like the mechanical wraps. So he's tightening the wraps. Then they go to this Club Evil that for some reason Prince has beef with. Then he's just getting dragged along. Then it pans over to Macaroni. Macaroni's like, is that Wizard the merchant? Because in this universe he sells stuff, but he's also talking like, oh, the dream universe, because he was in the dream universe the last time. Yeah. And then I did not touch that. They get sent to the he gets sent to Club Evil because Macaroni heard her brother talk about Club Evil, which is the club Ducky is in with the bomb strapped to him. And then Wizard gets sent to it, and then he sees Ducky with the bomb strapped to him. Then Ducky's like, knock yourself out, we need to go to the dream universe. Yep. And then they both knock themselves out. then they're on the dream. They get sent to the dream universe, and then Wizard takes off the bomb, and then Ducky's like, "Hey, I have an idea." They get sent back to the real universe. Then there was a club prince, which it was King, and then King was like, "Oh, ho ho ho, rub my beard and belly, yo." Then Ducky throws the bomb on stage, and then he's like, "Oh, everyone evacuate!" Everyone's screaming, everyone's like panicking. There's no music in the background, sadly. Then it pans back to Macaroni, like, "Oh, what's taking so long?" Then it goes back to the party where Prince is like, "Oh, it's all that stupid duck's fault." And then he's like, "The beeping! The bomb is about to go off!" The beeping gets faster, 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 louder and louder and louder. Then everyone huddles around the bomb. Ducky and Magic Man just barely get out in the nick of time. The bomb goes off as they're like slow motion diving out. And then it pans back to Prince, and then the Prince is like, "Oh no, my dad, he's dead!" And then it pans over to his dad being dead. He's like, "My dad!" Then he's planning to get revenge on the duck, and then, yup. Ducky punches Macaroni, then he dips. Yup, that's it. That's King's Lovely Stroll. So, you deserve a smack, because we will be back. I mean, I will be back. Brody wasn't here for most of it. So, you deserve a smack, and I will be back.